Formosa, which means the famous in Portuguese, was built in 1511 and it is one of the oldest surviving remains of European architecture in the Far East and Southeast Asia. It's very fun to take a walk around this place. And if you are a photography buff and love to feed your social media pages, Formosa is definitely a great spot for taking photos or selfies. However, Formosa is more than just a photo stop opportunity for tourists. It is actually the remains of a historical site where you can get a glimpse into Malacca's colonial past. And what's unique about it is that it has passed through the hands of three different colonies: the Portuguese, Dutch, and British. Formosa provides a rich history of colonialism and the power of the colonies. These two aspects are very important in international relations as it defines the world we live in. Hi there, my name is Maisarah and I will be talking about colonialism and power. Okay friends, let us understand the meanings. According to Blake Moore, the journalist from National Geographic, colonialism is defined as control by one power over a dependent area or people. It occurs when one nation subjugates another, conquering its population and exploiting it, often while forcing its own language and cultural values upon its people. Meanwhile, based on the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary, power means the ability to act or to produce an effect. Now, when we talk about colonialism, a very good example to look at is something that is very close to us, which is Malaysia. To be more specific, I will be talking about Portuguese colonialism in Malacca. Back then, Malacca was a remarkable trading center for the trade and shunting of spice due to its strategic position in the strait. Thus, the wealth of the Malacca attracted the attention of the King of Portugal. He then sent his troop, which was led by Lopes de Esquerra, to Malacca to make a trade. When they arrived in Malacca, he was well received by Sultan Mahmud Shah. But nevertheless, their arrival caused the feeling of rivalry between Islam and Christianity by a group of Goa Muslims because Portuguese had captured Goa before. They then convinced Sultan Mahmud Shah that the Portuguese were a grave threat. So, in 1509, the Portuguese, including their senior officer, were caught. But some of them, including their commander, Lopes de Esquerra, managed to escape to Goa, India. When Alfonso de Albuquerque, the Portuguese general, heard this news, he immediately arranged 14 ships carrying 1,100 men to Malacca, and he demanded the Malay rulers to release the Portuguese prisoners and pay for their compensation. They also requested to be given the right to build a fortress. However, Sultan Mahmud rejected all their requests. On 25th of July 1511, the Portuguese began attacking Malacca using cannons and gunpowder. They also took control of the most important bridge that connects the banks of the Malacca city and burned down the ships of the Muslim traders and houses. However, Malacca managed to take back control of that bridge. In August 1511, the Portuguese came back to attack. It was a terrible fight with the burning down of many houses and brutal killing of women, children, and elders. 2 weeks later, the city of Malacca was in the hands of the Portuguese. Sultan Mahmud and his followers retreated to Pago beside the Muar River to strategize and recapture Malacca. The Portuguese then reacted to this by sending an army of 1,300 men and destroyed Pago. Sultan Mahmud had to flee to Pahang and later to Bintan. Between 1515 and 1519, Sultan Mahmud repeatedly attacked Malacca city but failed. In the year 1523, he even surrounded Malacca for almost 1 year. Unfortunately, his effort failed due to the arrival of Portuguese reinforcements fleets from Goa. Sultan Mahmud eventually passed away in 1528. Meanwhile, Albuquerque did not wish to just conquer the city, but to hold it permanently. To strengthen the Portuguese Empire in that city, he ordered the construction of a fortress close to the shoreline, which now became known as A Famosa. So, when we talk about Portuguese colonialism in Malacca, there are a lot of things we can relate it with international relations, especially in the topic of colonialism and power. First of all, colonialism happens when a country wants to take over another country for many reasons, such as resources and other important aspects. For example, the colonization of Malacca was the result of a plan by King Manuel, the King of Portugal, who had shown an interest in making contact with Malacca because Malacca controlled all kinds of seagoing trade between many communities of merchants, which included Arabians, Persians, and Siamese. The Portuguese powers also became interested in the opportunity to spread Christianity. To add to this, one country must have power in many aspects in order to be able to colonize other countries. In this case, the Portuguese had more power in terms of weaponry because they had more advanced cannons and gunpowder compared to Malacca. Even though Sultan Mahmud has occupied a well-protected, fortified place, their weapons such as arrows, spears, and battle elephants were no match for the Portuguese cannons and primitive muskets. It is also mentioned that the Portuguese had better armor such as steel helmets and breastplates, which made them stronger than the troops of Malacca. Because of this, it enabled the Portuguese to conquer and colonize Malacca. In conclusion, it is clear that with power, one nation can colonize another nation, conquering its population and exploiting it until it is left with nothing but customs and traditions developed by the colonists. So friends, it is important for us Malaysians to discover, to know the events that shape our country because we can learn a lot from colonialism and power in which we can prevent the same thing from happening again in the future. So that is all from me. I hope you guys enjoy watching this and thank you. Bye!